Hello everyone and welcome to the Hermitcraft Season 10 World Download video. I'm going to cover all the things you could possibly need to know about this world download, as well as talk about this server, because if you don't have access to downloading files and stuff, well, we've got a server that you can join to explore the world too. It is not official, it is a project hosted by my admin Mayschool. And you might notice as of the time of recording, the Hermitcraft Season 10 world isn't here just yet. Right, let's start with where to get the world download. You can find it on hermitcraft.com, our fantastic website, which now has the new logo at the top, as well as new renders of all of the hermits. It's on the side of this website that you can click maps to open up this menu. And down at the bottom here below Season 9, when this video is live, there should be Season 10 with Java, Bedrock, and an MC world for you to download. But the big thing I want to mention is having some patience. A lot of people will be trying to access these files at the same time. This may cause some issues, so don't get your hopes up too high. If you have some issues, just come back later or in a couple of days, and hopefully then the activity would have died down. But hopefully for a lot of you, this isn't going to be an issue. Mayschool's put a lot of work into making sure that we can deliver this file to lots and lots of people. So welcome to the Hermitcraft Season 10 world download. I have a copy of this on my computer, and when you log into the world, you will actually be in spectator mode by default. So just use the game mode switcher, go into creative or survival, play however you want to play. And if you are coming from some distant point in the future, remember that this was played in 1.21.8. It'll definitely work in that version of Minecraft. Future versions might break various things in the world. So here in the spawn chunks, I have left these lecterns, reminding you of what you can find in the spawn chunks, as well as our resource pack that has been bundled into the world download. You don't need to equip anything. This means you'll be able to see and use all of the custom models that have been created through this season of Hermitcraft. And I'm happy to announce that the fan art resource pack has been merged successfully. So now all of the paintings from Season 10 inside of the art gallery will be here for you to enjoy. However, if you load the world and you can't see any of the paintings or any of our custom models, there is a mod that conflicts with this. That is the Server Resource Pack Checker mod. If you are having issues, you might need to disable this mod to get it to work. Something that's not a part of the resource pack but is bundled with the world is our custom audio, which we put on player heads for note blocks, record discs for jukebox, and of course horns, which has led to such classics as this one.
Oh my god, hi! Oh my god, hi!
And you know what?
That's amazing!
Yes, it is. If it's specifically the horns that you're interested in, you can find them in this barrel in Cubfan's incredible base here. Just in case you can't spot it on the map, it's this tiny little patch of skulk right here. Jokes aside, we filtered the audio for duplicate uploads and also compressed the audio too, because otherwise the world download would have been about double the size. Oh, and I also added this lectern here for another reason, is to remind you that you're going to need the audio player mod and the voice chat mod together in single player to hear those things work. The mods were made by Henkelmax and you can find them on Modrinth. And here's one little setting that baffled me for a while. For the simple voice chat settings, run in single player was set to no by default for me. I don't know how that happened. Make sure this is set to yes and then you'll be able to hear the audio. Now you'll probably be happy to know that all of the maps here in the spawn chunks were updated right at the very end of the season. So all of this here is up to date. And the same should be true of the statistic books down here. However, you'll need to take all of this with a pinch of salt. No matter how much time we put into trying to fix this, for some reason we just had occasional issues. So the stats are not always accurate. I'd say most of them are, but occasionally some of these numbers are off. It's unfortunate, but when we look around at all the murals here, this is still just a fantastic build. And down in the basement here, we have all of the lodestones, which will lead you to various areas. So if the map above isn't great for navigating, you can come down here, find a descriptive lodestone, grab it, and it will take you to that location. Just be careful not to click on the respawn anchors. They are purely decorative. Clicking on one will cause an explosion. Next, I'd like to talk for a moment on how the world was pruned, as a lot of this here was done manually. I'd spent a lot of time flying around manually investigating locations before pruning them to check for farms and things that were underground. For example, this area here might not look like it has much in it. But when we switch from this view to one of the seed, you can see that there are trial chambers in each of these locations. It would be absolutely amazing if MCA Selector could do this kind of seed magic where it shows you structures and locations in the world. That's done by this tool called Chunk Base. We're currently looking at the Hermitcraft seed, and up the top here we can just select different structures and things in the world, and it'll display it here on the map for us. If that set of features was included here in MCA Selector, it would make so much more sense as to why players have inhabited these areas. Which reminds me, although I did a lot of this manually, we use the inhabited time feature as well. We can actually filter chunks by how long they've been inhabited for. So that's why you get these like random patches of activity out in the oceans. It's because a player has been in a trial chamber underground. And if we zoom out and have a look around, you can see there are some patches that I possibly could have trimmed out further, but for the most part, I just tried it to keep it consistent for the areas that the hermits have played in. So there are some unusual patches like this out there in the world where players have gone to trial chambers, perhaps visited ocean monuments, and decimated the terrain for resources. Okay then, next up, the Bedrock edition of the game. I've simply used the Chunker app to convert the world into a Bedrock world and a .mc world file too. And for the most part, the world looks pretty fantastic, but as you know, on Bedrock Edition, redstone works differently, so you can expect some redstone contraptions to be broken. Armor stands are different on this edition of the game, so down here in the murals, you can see that all of the armor stands in the world are simply deleted when they get converted. Player heads will just default to the Steve. None of the custom models work in this conversion either. And none of the paintings in the fan art gallery. But I can tell you at some point in the future, there will be a better conversion that will try to tackle many of these problems coming to the marketplace. And when it does so, we should also be able to apply that to the world downloads on hermitcraft.com. So you can expect a better Bedrock experience in the future. But there is one big caveat for the world of the future and the world that we have right now. You might be able to guess what it is as we step into the Nether dimension. This will actually put us on the roof of the Nether because the Nether portals seem to remember their coordinates. And this is it. This is all you get, a hole. Because everything above the Nether gets cleared in Bedrock Edition. That's because the height here doesn't extend to 256 blocks. So B-Dubs' incredible Nether hub and all of the portals we placed up here are completely missing from this version. And the Nether down below, it's pretty much a wasteland with very little in it. So sadly, if you're on Bedrock, you won't be able to experience the Season 10 Nether hub. Now, last of all, we return to the public server that I showed you at the beginning of this video. The IP address is hermitcraft.xisumavoid.com. And after this video goes live, you should be able to log in and explore the Season 10 world. It will be in peaceful, and then in the future, they'll be adding PvP maps and Arcany mode maps as well. When you log in to get that information, just right-click on the server information book, and you can also use the compass, which is the server selector, to get to the various different servers. As you can see, when you hover over them, there is more information about that server. So I very much hope you enjoy exploring the Hermitcraft Season 10 world. If you encounter any issues, leave a comment on this video. It's possible we might be able to address some of those in the future. But I think I've covered just about everything. So leave a like if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you soon with another one. Take care. Bye-bye.